Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Haven Hearth, the new 2.0 or whatever people want to call it. The new version that came out in August. We are going to cover fox killing this episode. We're going to go up here, we're going to pick us a fight with this here fox. But first thing that we're going to do is cover some of the basics. What do you need to kill a fox? Alright, I found that having my UA, my unarmed combat, up to about 35 or so, I was able to take on foxes. You want to have agility above about 30. So about 30 and 30, maybe a little more. The more the better. And at that point, even then, you wanted to make sure that you had a basic leather armor set equipped, which includes the shirt, the pants, the boots, and if possible, you know, if you've come across a couple badgers that have died or something like that, you can make one of these really cool badger hide vests. Now, I've picked up at least 4 or 5 different badger hides. I've skinned them. I've come across them and found them dead where they got into a fight with a fox or something, and the fox won. It's very common for a fox to kill one, so if you're out and about and you see the two of them scrapping, stick around long enough until they're finished, and then you can get a hide from either or. If you don't have this, there are other options, you know, other choices that you can put in. Now, I've gone as much as with my unarmed, or with my marksman, and I've killed a lynx, and it gave me this, I made this lynx cape out of a full lynx hide and a couple other thingies. And I also, from a boat, killed a bear, and I've got a bear tooth talisman. Now, this is plus a few strength. I think it's like plus 4 or 5 strength. And this is plus a bunch of agility. So that actually brings my stats. As you check here, you'll see that my strength is boosted from 32. It's up 4 because of the talisman to 36. My agility is up from 38 to 44. And that's because of the lynx cape. And then my charisma is up to 34 because of something. I don't know. Something on here is giving me some charisma. I think it may be the lynx cape here. Let's find out real quick. Nope. 35, 40. So that lynx cape at quality 17 average, 19, 16, 16 is giving me 35, 49, 9 agility, which is actually pretty good. Something that I'm wearing, though, is giving me... I'm trying to find out what... Is it a badger hide cloak? Nope. The bear talisman. It also gives you charisma. So it's giving me strength and some charisma. So it's giving me like 7 charisma and 4 strength. But anyhow, you want to make sure that you've got some basic armor. Now, in this video, I've got a sword. I made the very, very basic sword that I got from a bloom. You need wrought iron to cover that. I will cover all the smelting and mining and stuff like that in another video here in the near future. But for right now, this is the very basic first sword that you can make. It's the most generic sword. It's the weakest sword. It's only a little bit stronger than an axe. But it is a requirement if you want to use chop. You can use axe for a chop. Excuse me, it's not a requirement, but it's a suggested item for chop. Now, to do these guys, you want to go into your arts, and you want to give yourself 3 blocks, which I use jump, left hook, or jump, and then I use quick dodge, and then you could use sidestep, but instead of sidestep, you can use watches moves. Watches moves does the same thing, lasts just a little bit less, but or sidesteps 235. This one's 230, and plus this one you get a bonus if it cools down and expires. You get 4 points of initiative instantly. So you might as well be using this one instead of sidestep. Now I don't know if they have a different weight. They might, basically meaning that one blocks a little bit more damage than the other. I don't know. I know that I've done very well with watches moves, just as well as I did with sidestep, plus it's got a little bit shorter cooldown, 5, where this one's only 30. So for a fox, if you want to just use left hook and punch, you don't need a weapon, you don't need take aim, and you don't need chop. If you decide that you want to beat him with a weapon quickly, or whatnot, then you do need to, of course, take chop and then take aim. The reason that you need take aim is because take aim gives you the initiative points that are required in order to use chop. If you just go into a fight with chop enabled, you won't be able to swing it. You won't be able to use it because, as you can see here, chop requires 1 initiative point. You don't gain initiative points naturally. You have to actually do something. You have to have watch it move or watch its moves go off and then it go through the full duration, which is rare. But if it does manage to go through its full duration, then you'll get a couple initiative points. Or you can just use take aim and then proc it, and that will then give it to you. But as you can see, by using all of this, I now have too many attacks. So I'm going to take punched off, and I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different attacks. And that's, you know, kind of wonky. You got to be careful. But I've already got my combat thing for this guy. I think it's in 2. Yeah, chop, jump, left hook, quick dodge, sidestep, and take aim. There we go. Now this can be dangerous. This can, you know, be okay. So we're going to take a quick sidestep off, and we're going to take on this one now, and I'm going to resave this because I like watch this move better. But anyhow, now I'm a little OP for this fox right now because, as you saw, my UA is like 50 something. And that's just it's 50 exactly. In fact, that's a little bit much for a fox. It's probably about 15 or 20 high. That just means that I'm going to defend better whenever he does his little his attacks on me and stuff like that. I'm going to defend a little bit better. But the main process for fighting a fox is that you want to keep up a yellow, a green, and a blue defense at all times if possible. The blue and the green are your most important. You only really need the yellow once he gets his IP over 2. Then you want to make sure that you've got the yellow up. The rest of the time you want blue and green. He's trapped right over here, ain't he? Yeah, is he trapped? No, he's right outside of it. So all right, let's get it on with this guy. So we're going to go 1. Then we're going to go 1 again. Then we're going to hit 5 again. And now we're going to get a take aims off. We got a combat discovery just popped up. Come on. So there we learned a take aim. Now we're getting our stuff up. And as you can see, we haven't taken any damage yet. We've actually hurt him a couple times. I'm going to get my thing up. I'm just putting up defenses as we punch. And then I'm trying to remove. Now this is also, as you can see, we really haven't done that much damage to him either. And I'm just putting him back up. That's all that I'm doing. And then we just popped him with a chop and killed him. So there's a dead fox. Now we're going to leave him here. I'm going to take him. We're going to pick him up. We're going to teleport home. And I'm going to do the same thing again here in a second, except this time I'm going to show you after I can go find another one. Come on, get out of there. After I can go find another one, I'm going to show you how to do it with the basic set without chop, because you don't need chop to kill a fox. First, we're going to set it up. So basically, let's go with 3 and see what's loaded in 3. Left hook. All right, first thing you want is jump. You want to get rid of left hook. You want punch. You can take left hook too. Left hook and punch. 1, 2, 3. And then you want side or quick dodge. And then you need watch his moves. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to get rid of left hook. I don't really like left hook anyway. And we're now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities. Why do we have 5 abilities? 3 dodges. Watch his moves is 1. Oh, we've got sidestep also. We don't need sidestep, so we can take left hook. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to save that as school 3. And as you can see, we got jump to defend yellow. We've got quick dodge to defend green, and then we've got watch its moves to defend blue. There's 3 of our main attacks. And then we've just got left hook or punch. You don't need left hook. It's got a little bit longer cooldown, as you can see, 40 versus 30. You want to be using punch as much as possible. In fact, I'm not even going to take left hook. We're going to save it like that. We've got 4 attacks. So I will be right back. I've just got to go run around. You know how the RNG is in this game. I might not find a fox for 5 minutes. It might be 25 minutes. So I'll be right back. All right, there we go. We found us another fox, finally. Took us a little while. But we got one. He's right over there. Now note that in this type of terrain that I'm in right here, I cannot sprint. That makes using this method without using chop, you know, kind of a risky type deal. Mainly because when the fox gets to a point to where he's hurt bad enough, he's going to run from me. When that fox runs from me in this terrain, I am not going to be able to keep up with him. It's just not going to happen. When he's hopping around and frolicking, I can keep up with him. But whenever he gets hurt and then he gets below 80% or whatever it is, 60%, 80%, he's going to turn and run like heck. And when he does, I cannot keep up with him. If we were in a plains area or you're fighting in an area where you can sprint, then you'll be able to keep up with him and you can just keep chasing him and punching him as you go and there won't be any real problems. But right here, I cannot do so. But I'm going to show you the fight at least and let you see what happens because there are ways to get around it. There we go. So we're going to hit 1. We're going to hit 4. We're going to hit 2. We got a combat discovery again. We're going to get our combat stuff up, get that up, get that up. And that's all that I'm basically doing now. It's just we're waiting on that to drop. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm keeping up my defenses while waiting on them to drop. If I can get both of them dropped at the same time. Got it. Got a haymaker out of it. Now I'm going to turn it to run and see if we can keep up with him. I'm just punching. Got him. But you just got to keep punching and punching and punching once you get close to where you think he's going to run. I stopped doing my defenses. I stopped doing everything else. I just kept punching and punching and punching there once I got him down to about, 60 or 70 hit points. Because at that point, he's going to run really soon. He might attack you one time, so he might get one attack through your defenses. But once you get him above that certain point, he's getting ready to run. So you want to make sure you reach up, you click on run, and then you might can get him before he does manage to get away. But that's fox killing. There's nothing special. You're going to do just as much damage as I'm doing if you're at 35 unarmed combat. You're going to do a little tiny bit less maybe, but not enough to where it's, a matter. As you can see, my strength is only 36. My agility is what matters, which is 44. Now, I can't express that enough. And, if all you needed to know was how to kill foxes and this, that, and the other, then this video's done for you. But if you want some more intricate knowledge as to how things work, how things function, we're going to kind of go over that now real quick. First off, every time that you initiate combat with something, you have a timer bar, as you saw, that big pink bar that goes down in the middle. That bar is completely and explicitly controlled by your agility. That determines how fast you can move your attacks, how fast you can do your attacks. Same thing for the fox. He has an innate agility also. So he gets to attack so often. So the key to it is getting your agility as high or higher than theirs so that you can then get your attacks off, your defenses off, before they can knock your defenses. And then when they do a defense, you've got an attack that you can attack and beat through their defenses. And if he knocks off a blue, I can put up a blue. The next shot, he might knock off a green. Well, if he knocks off my green defense, I'll typically try and punch again and then get my green back up. And I might take a tiny bit of damage, but the majority of the time, he's going to attack with like a blue attack, or my blue is going to defend it. Because he'll do an attack that's like a blue-green attack or something like that. And as long as you've got one or the other shields up, it'll typically defend against. Now, armor. This was something that I haven't gone over yet, and I wanted to go over it for you guys. Armor. The reason that having this leather armor is so important at 30, 35, or whatnot, UA and agility on things like foxes and bats, is because the UA that you have determines how much your defenses negate, how much damage they negate. at 30, 35, even at 40 UA. You're not going to, you're going to defend most of the attack, but if you, unless you have like multiple defenses up, he's going to possibly do a little bit of slice through, cut through damage, where he beats through your entire defense. At about 30, he will. He'll knock the whole defense down and do like a couple points of damage to you if you weren't wearing any armor. But by wearing armor, as you can see here, this gives me an armor class of 5 of 7, meaning that I can make it better and get it up to 7, because I used to have like 3 of 7. But as your quality and skills in crafting armor get higher and the quality of the materials gets higher, you make it better. You'll get a higher wear and a higher armor class on the item. And then you come down here, my leather pants are 4 of 6. So that's what, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I get 1 on the boots. That's 10. And then from this, I get 2 more. So that's 12 armor class. That 12 armor means that I can absorb so many points. Now, I don't know if it's a 1-to-1 direct ratio. In other words, if I can absorb 12 extra points of damage. You can also look down here and it'll tell you armor class 12 of 18. Now, I don't know if that's part of this client that I'm using. But if it is part of it, I'm using the Amber client. I've switched over from Ender's client, mainly because this client offers a lot more things than Ender's does at the moment. But your defense of your armor stuff will take damage instead of you taking damage, basically, is what that armor class does. So it hits, and then your armor class negates so much damage, and as if it goes beyond that, then it takes damage to the wear of the item. So the items will take a little bit. Like you can see that this badger hide vest is at 28 of 42. Well, I've had this badger hide vest since I was like 20 UA. I've had it for a while. So it's taken 28 damage over the whole time that I've been using it. Now this is my 3rd set of leather armor because I had to learn, you know, how to defend and whatnot. So this armor is at 38 of 60 because he actually hit me once. So because it was at 34. So he hit me and got 4 points of damage in through and damaged the leather armor by 4 points. I didn't take any damage, as you can see up here. I'm still at 190, 190, and 200. But the leather armor takes that excess damage instead of you taking it. And if you're killing foxes and stuff, you've only got to kill 4 or 5 foxes, and there you go. Boom, you can make you another leather chest. So it's not a big deal. And you can generally get through 4 or 5 foxes, maybe 4 or 5 bats, you know, maybe even, you know, a cow or something like that before it's necessary. Now, we were going to go over beating up a cow and stuff in my taming video, but which I will do later, but I have not done it yet. I mean, I have cows tamed at the house. In fact, I need to take this guy home real quick. But, you know, we will do a video covering bats, covering cows, covering sheep. As you can see, I've got 2 tamed cows now. I've got a tamed sheep. I've got two cows that I'm waiting to tame because both of these were bulls, and I need a female. I need a couple cows. And then I'll slaughter one of these bulls, and I'll keep 1 bull and multiple cows. But for right now, that's what we got. And you have to beat them up. And I will do a full video on how to tame, how it works, and everything else here probably later today. So it'll be up sometime tomorrow probably for you guys that are wanting to get into taming. I would tell you now that in order to get into taming, you need to make sure that your UA is at about 40. I know that Sevenless's guide says you can do it at 35. Get your UA up to about 40. Make sure that your agility is at about 40. 35 plus agility. I would say try to get 40 if you can, and then make you a good leather armor set, you know, just a basic leather armor set. Everybody can make it. If you're killing stuff by now, foxes, you're probably not killing badgers, but if you're killing foxes and things like that, you know, you can kill enough foxes to build you a leather armor set. You can even fight them without leather if you're careful. And you keep your defenses up, you won't take any damage once you surpass about 35 or 40 UA. They won't be able to knock through your defenses, but you'll have to make sure that you get those defenses up every time. All right, folks, this has turned into a 20-minute lecture instead of a 10-minute how-to video. So we are going to end it here. I will be back at y'all with a couple more videos, you know, probably within the next couple days. I'm going to get out because Fallout 4 is coming out in like 12 days. So I'm going to be head neck deep into that for the next few weeks. So I will not be playing as much Haven as I have been. But I'm going to get into I'm going to show you guys how to kill a bat. First, I got to go find one. And then I'm going to show you how to tame. And during that taming process, you'll get to see me fight an oryx, one of the cows. And the cows are easier to beat than the sheep. Just let me tell you that now. I know that everybody's guides say, you know, the sheep, you do the sheep at 35, the cows at 40, this, that, and the other. I find that the cows are slower than the sheeps. The sheeps have a higher agility than the cows do. The sheeps might have less hit points, but the cows are slower, meaning that it's easier for you to keep your defenses up and then punch them and then punch them and then punch them and then put up a defense, punch them, put up a defense, put up a defense, punch them. And you can beat the cows faster, you know, or it's easier. You're not trying to swipe in a punch every other 2 defenses that you're putting up that you do with the sheep. But again, I'll cover that in another video. Hope this video was helpful. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like, comment, subscribe button, or whichever of the 3 that you prefer. And have a great day.